Welcome back to First Take Math with Brian Thomas. A few last examples to do with multi-step equations. So this example here, again, our first step is to simplify each side of the equation. This side looks like it can be worked on. The right-hand side looks like it's already simplified. So again, my first move is to remove parentheses. So to remove parentheses, I can use the rectangular model. So I got the 2, I've got this 4x and a negative 3. So we have 2 times 4x would give us our 8x, and 2 times negative 3 would be then a negative 6. So again, all we're really doing is bringing the 4 or the 2 through the parentheses like so. So if you don't want to use the rectangular model off to the side, feel free to just do it here mentally. So I should end up with an 8x and a negative 6 minus 8 equals then 4 plus 2x. It's good practice to bring a whole new equation down. It's very good practice. Keep it organized, just like little sentences here. Now, to simplify, this side still has a little bit more that can be combined together, because a negative 6 and a negative 8, those are like terms. So that's going to end up being then 8x and a negative 14 equals 4 plus 2x. Now it looks a little bit more manageable. We've got all that stuff cleared out of the way. Our objective still is to solve for x, and to solve for x, the variable's got to be on one side. Right now I have an 8x over here and a 2x over here. To get them on the same side, I always pick on the little guy. So the little guy in this case to me is the 2x. And to make him zero out, I use a negative 2x. And then I have to use negative 2x over here. So if I have 8x's and lose 2x's, that gets me down to 6x minus 14. And the only thing left over here would be a 4. So at this point, we're one step closer to getting x by itself. Use the 0 pair again on the 14. So a negative 14, I use a positive 14 to zero that out. So the 6x comes down, they zero out. That gives me an 18. At this point, again, I usually can see the multiplication rather easily. 6 times what number is 18? 3. Yeah, we can see a 3 there. So x equals 3, you're done, you move on. But if you can't see it, remember this is multiplication. And if you work backwards, I can divide to find that answer. So if you're one of these likes to use the calculator, just type in 18 divided by 6 into the calculator, and it indeed will give you your solution of 3. Always verify that. If you put that 3 back up here, it should check out. Okay? This last example, and yeah, they can make them quite crazy. So to do this problem here, we don't have a lot of room, but what we're going to do basically is, again, to remove parentheses, this outside part has to go through the inside part. A dash just means to take the opposite. So if we have a 1 inside there, that 1 is just going to change to negative 1. A positive 7 is going to change to a negative 7x. Over here, that's a little more confusing to me, so I may go ahead and put this up at the top here. A negative 6 goes on the outside. I have a negative 7 and a negative x across the top. So we do see negative 6 times negative 7 is a negative 40. I'm sorry, a negative is actually a positive 42. And a negative again make a positive 6x there. So this part here just changes over to 42 plus 6x. So positive 42 plus 6x, and that's equal to the 36. So from here, we can still combine some like terms. A negative 7x and a 6x is going to give me a negative x, and a negative 1 and a 42 is going to give me a 41. And then that's going to equal then a 36. So again, the negative 7x and the 6x are like terms. That gives me my negative x. And this negative 1 and this 42 go together to give me my 41. Now to get x by itself, this 41 has to disappear. So again, I 0 pair it. A negative 41 goes here. Negative 41 goes over there. And we end up with then a negative x equals then a negative 5. And what is the opposite of a number that gives me a negative 5? Would be indeed a 5. So if you can't see that, you can put your imaginary 1 there. And you can just go backwards and use division to find that answer. So x would equal a negative 5 over a negative 1, which would indeed give me my positive 5. So x equals 5, or we'd write that as the solution set of 5. Okay? So hopefully you'll find that helpful in solving multi-step equations.